weird. It's so odd. I'm okay with talking to strangers better than like my close family and friends. So.
It's because you don't care if they say no. Because you're like, I don't know you.
Yeah, literally.
You don't ever want to see me ever again. That's totally cool. But like your family, you're like, great. They said no on Thanksgiving. Now I have to see them on Christmas. Awesome.
Yeah. So, and I know that this is probably the probably slower route, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being slow and study.
It's okay. Like a lot of people, I think one of the issues is people are celebrated so heavily for rank advancing very quickly. So-and-so went diamond in 15 days. And you're like, that's awesome. But if you, honestly, you guys, after being in this for 5 years and seeing enough of those announcements, if you follow back up with a lot of those people, they're not diamond the next month because they built on just discount, 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 and they just go, boop, and then it's gone. And it's really hard. And you know what? I've also been there. I've built a lot of discount coaches too, to have active coaches underneath me. And these are people that legit wanted the discount. They were going to be on Shakeology for a while. But sometimes these are also the people who don't understand or are not wrapping their heads around the fact that Shakeology is, it really is the healthiest meal of the day. It's something you want to stay on. It's not a diet shake that in 90 days you just stop using and you're magically fine. Like there's so many other benefits to it that, you know, you should stay on for the long haul. So a lot of those people will fall off, and it happens, and that's part of what this whole coaching thing is, and it's going to happen. And when it happens, sometimes it sucks because it might drop you rank, but you know what? There's other people out there, and you just need to keep moving forward. So because I used to get really hung up on like, everybody's rank advancing but me. It's been X amount of time since I've rank advanced. So-and-so's doing this. Why am I not doing this? And I just really looked at coaching, like I took it back to my why. Not so much like my personal vision that I posted, but like, why did I start doing this, and what in this business makes me feel the happiest? When do I feel the best? And quite honestly, it's not when my name pops up in Fit Family Network and says, Nicole Murray has rank advanced to whatever. It's when that customer or someone comes to me and says like, oh my gosh, I've lost this amount of weight. Oh my gosh, I love this group. Or it's when I get random messages that say, I love your #morning message every day. It helps me through. I know to look for it at 10 o'clock. Or I love that post you did, or I love that video you did. I felt like you were speaking right to me. That's when I feel the best about being a coach. So that has nothing to do with Success Club, nothing to do with rank. So I kind of just changed my mindset to be like, if it takes me longer, but I feel like I'm making a difference in somebody else's life in the process, I'm totally fine with that now. I'm fine, whatever, because the reason why I joined as a coach was to help other people, and if I feel good about what I'm doing, that means I'm meeting that objective. If it takes me a little longer to rank advance, well, then so be it, because I'm not willing anymore to risk my sanity or that good feeling for an announcement in a group that's going to be there for a day, and then what, you know?
Yeah, I agree on that. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. I don't want to like hog up the time. So if anyone else wants to talk.
Yeah. So, okay. So I don't know if I'm going to pronounce your name right. Is it Risa or Rissa or?
It's Risa.
Risa. Okay, perfect. So why don't you go ahead and go? And I'm just writing down here how to pronounce your name so I don't ask you a million times in the future.
Okay. So what do you want me to say? Just introduce myself, or?
You can introduce yourself. Tell us about how your week's been going, what you're thinking, if you need help, if you need our input. I mean, really, it's just kind of open forum right now.
Okay. Well, Stephanie, I do want to say I saw your free ab challenge on Facebook, and I loved that. And I was thinking, I might try to do something like that, because I've only been a coach for a month. Okay. So I am very, very new at this. And, the only people on my Facebook, you're talking about your cold invite, and the only people I have are close friends and family that I'm kind of nervous about approaching, because I don't want this, I don't want to turn them from friends and family into customers, because they do mean a lot to me. And so I thought, I'm going to try, to do something like the 7-day free challenge, something like that, in order to see who shows an interest in this. And I'll know that they're the ones that would be open for me to approach as far as the Beachbody thing goes. trying to think what else I can say. Like I said, this is also new to me. It's really been kind of an overload, an information overload.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Who's your upline?
It's Jennifer Greenberg.
Oh, okay, that's mine. Jen's my coach too.
Yes, she is. We had met on her Police Wives Academy.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, and she, she just seemed so real, and something just clicked, and I thought, I think it's time, to do this fitness thing. And then whenever I found that I was having some success, I thought I wanted to invite other people along, and if I can make some extra money while I do that, yay.
I know. Well, dang. Well, welcome to Beachbody, and kudos to you for only being a coach for a month and just being like, hey, I'm just going to go in this group with a bunch of other people I don't know, because a lot of us, when we start, we're like, okay, getting into this Beachbody thing, don't know. And like, I feel like when you start as a coach, you're almost used to stranger danger, because some of us, like I know me, like I came from a place where there's like a lot of judgment, or like people were just like stupid and mean. So when I came into Beachbody, it was so refreshing, but at the same time, it was almost, you're like, too good to be true.
I know. I was like, why are these people so nice to me?
I know, like, what is wrong?
The Beachbody community and all the support and everything, I was thinking that I would go into it, and my thoughts were that there were going to be so many other coaches, it was all going to be competition. And then I get started, and it's all support, and recognition, and positive things, and it has blown me away. And I'm so happy to be a part of it.
Well, I've got to tell you too that like you did, and I'm not just saying this because Jennifer is my upline, or that obviously like we're part of the same team or whatever, but you did sign on, I think, to one of the best big families in Beachbody, the Fit Family Network, because that word family in our name, that's not just there because it's F and F. Like, it's not just fit and family, that sounded great. Like, we really do try and run a lot of these groups, for the family. Like, that's why I put it out. That's why I put out like the New Me November. If anybody wants to join, because we're really looking out for the betterment of the family as a whole, and not just so much as individuals. And we love to celebrate each other. So again, like, you made a great choice with Jennifer as your upline, and joining on to this family. And I really hope that you get a lot out of this group, and that it just kind of inspires you to join any other group in the future that you just feel like you want to join. So,
right, and that's not my personality to just start joining groups, or to even to get on a call like this. This is not my personality, not something that I would normally do. So this past month, I have definitely stepped out of my comfort zone a lot. But I think the personal development part of this is my favorite part, because I have noticed things in myself that I didn't even know were there. And it's so exciting to see myself in just 4 weeks have grown so much. And I love to see that. And I can't wait to see how much I'm going to grow, and how much the other coaches and even the people who I bring into Beachbody, whether it's as a customer, as a coach, however it is, I can't wait to see how they grow also.
So if I were to give you one piece of advice, it would be just take everything you just said and make that a live video on your Facebook wall, because people if they don't do personal development, they think it's books that are like, no, don't jump. You're like, it's not those books at all. But I'm just like you, and personal development is my all-time 100% favorite part about this business. And the way that I have grown over the past 5 years is because of personal development. Is just, it's crazy. And so if I were you, one of the ways that I would attract into my business is put that out there, what you just said, like the way you have grown in just 4 weeks' time from these books, or personal development is your favorite part, and you can't wait to see how your customers or coaches grow through it. That's what your audience needs to hear, because that's what's going to hit them right here, and they're going to be like, I could really use that. And they might, it might be one of those things where it's like, not right now. But if you keep putting that out there and they see that you're genuine, then they're going to see your heart through every single post you do, whether it's an invite to a challenge group, whether it's you just sharing something. they're going to be able to see you for exactly who you are. And then you never have to worry about sounding salesy because they're going to know you're not.
Right.
Oh, awesome. Allison. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Reese. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Allison.
No, I was going to say, if you want to finish, and then Allison will go next whenever you're done. So we'll put her on deck. Allison's on deck.
Woo, it's like a cheer competition.
I just want to thank all of you guys for just being so welcoming, and especially, to our Fit Family Network, that it's amazing. The things that I've learned, the things that I've seen, and the way that I've grown. And I just want to say thank you to all of you ladies for welcoming me.
Well, we are more than happy to have you here. I'm just writing down that you're a very new coach. So if you guys see me writing stuff, I'm just taking notes on the call so I can remember it in the group.
This I'm therapy, you're keeping notes on us?
I just want so that way whenever you guys post things, I feel like, do you remember on that call when you said this? I'm holding you all accountable.
Hold me accountable.
Holding you accountable. I wish Teamsy could link up with other Teamsy members and be like, so-and-so's at this percentage, like your Fitbit, where you're like, oh, they only got 5,000 steps, I just beat them. Or you could cheer them on with a button like, go.
Go and buy 10 more people. I'm just kidding.
10 more.
Just kidding. Can I say something to Risa really quick?
Yeah.
One thing about the free groups, I feel like when I was a coach, I was a closet coach for a while, and I knew I wanted to run this, do this business, but I was so scared. And the reason why about my friends and family, I have invited some of my friends, but when it's a free group, I invite everyone, my friends and family, because it's free, and that will give them a taste of what a real challenge group is. And maybe then I always do follow up and say, I am running this 30-day fitness, but I wish I would have started the health and the free ones a long time ago. And I do invite my friends because it's free. They have nothing to lose because you're not selling anything. You're giving them a free service. And one thing I noticed is that a lot of other groups with other MLMs, they have those groups just strictly to sell. We are providing a free service to these people. I mean, I'm sure you're in I'm in a unique group, I'm in another group and legging groups, and that's fine. I love them, but they're just strictly there. They have you there because they want to sell you something. Opposed to us, I feel like we're giving them something for free, like a little taste of what a real challenge group would be, and I feel like they should be grateful for that. I'm just saying. So, okay, that's it. I'm done.
All right, Allison, floor is yours.
Ooh.
22-minute hardcore Allison here.
Good morning. What's up, y'all? So just to piggyback on what Risa said though, real quick. So Jen's not my upline, and I'm not even technically in the Fit Family Network, but they adopted me several years ago at my first summit in God, that was 4 years ago. And so, yeah, it is a really nice family and a good team vibe, and everyone there is supportive and awesome. And Mike and Jen, they're good. It's a good team. And so, yeah, you should definitely be happy. You're in a good spot. So welcome. But, okay. So the book, I love the part of the book, it was chapter 4, where it says something about I highlighted it, but it says it's too many goals, and then you spread yourself too thin, and then your power is diffused, and then you can't accomplish all those things, and then you feel defeated and sad. And it was if you there's always going to be more opportunities than what you can effectively pursue. And I was like, oh, that's my life. So my upline had one of the diamond retreat thing, and I got to have my one-on-one chat with Kim Carver from corporate. And I was telling him some of my struggles that I'm super hard on myself, which he picked up on. I didn't even point it out, but I was telling him what, stuff I've got going on. And he was like, you're too hard on yourself. You're a perfectionist. And he's like, here's what you're going to do from now on. He's very to the point, but he knows his shit. So he was like, you're going to make a to-do list, and it's only going to have 5 things on it. And I was like, and he's like, how's your to-do list look now? And I was like 20 things. And he's like, and then what happens? I can't do 20 things in one day or one weekend, because I'll make a to-do list for this weekend and it's going to be like, clean out the garage, clean the gutters, do 4 loads of laundry, clean all 4 bathrooms, reorganize the pantry. Anyway, it goes on and on. And then I get like 7 of the 20 things on the list done. And then I'm like, oh, I failed. I didn't do all those things this weekend. I suck. And he's like, no, you're going to make a to-do list. It's going to have 5 things on it. At most. Max was 5, he said. And then he's like, you do those things. And at the end of the day, you evaluate, did you, he calls it win the day. Did you win the day today? And if you didn't, you think about, why didn't I win the day? Like, I didn't get up when I was supposed to, so I didn't get, my personal development done before work. Or, I sat and watched 2 hours of reality TV when I should have been doing my invites. Like, you did give yourself a gut check, like why you didn't win the day. And so between my conversation with him and then some of the stuff in the book that's like, you need to plan out what you want to do, but because my execution sucks. Like, I'm that person, for real, I suck at it. Like, I'm the person that goes to Summit and goes to Super Saturday and takes a whole bunch of notes, and then I implement none of it. None of it. So, surprise, surprise, things aren't moving forward in the direction that I want it to, So, but so far, I'm really stoked about it. I made my, personal vision and my business vision list that I didn't make my pretty pick monkey photo yet from the personal vision, but so now I'm like, all right, this is good. And I do like the part of the book so far where they're talking about annual plan, and they're people get all gung-ho in November, December because it's this arbitrary date, but I don't know who's in Pittsburgh and who isn't. I'm sure you guys are all over the place. But Carl was in Pittsburgh recently, and he was talking about do an end of year resolution. He's like, why do people wait till January 1st for a New Year's resolution? What the F is so special about January? Who gives a shit, So I'm like, he's right. I mean, I have been slacking in my business and then with my workouts, and my nutrition's been shitty, so shitty. So I'm like, I put on, 15 pounds that I need to lose, 20 pounds, not just because of the number on the scale, but because my clothes aren't fitting correctly and I don't feel good or confident, I feel like a busted ass can of biscuits. So, sure. So, those LuLaRoe leggings, guys, if you get sucked into the LuLaRoe rabbit hole, the leggings are buttery soft and comfortable. But then you also you put on 2 pounds and 2 more pounds and 6 pounds, and then it's 10 pounds. And the fucking leggings still fit because they're so stretchy. And then you try to put on a pair of skinny jeans or a pencil skirt that you haven't worn in a while, and you're like, ah! Yeah. So
I can so relate to that. Yeah. I just put on a pair of skinny jeans last week, and I was like, what is going on?
I can't even zip this. Yeah.
It was an awful moment. And that's when they were you're in the court force test group. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I need this because I don't know what's going on. So Allison, let me ask you, because you said when Kim told you to make a list of 5 things that you kind of freaked out. So how do you feel about focusing on 3 goals for 12 weeks? Is that freaking you out, or is that in a way kind of calming you down?
It's manageable chunks though. At work, because I don't know all you guys. So I have a fairly new job. I started a new full-time job back in June, and I was in training June, July, and August. And then now I'm on my team, and I'm transitioning to I'm still kind of being overseen by somebody else. So I'm in this transitional period. So they were talking about at work about getting me to a full desk load and releasing me from different things. And they're like, you're doing great. You're doing great. And they're like, okay, so in a couple months, we want you to be able to do this, this, and this. And, you're on pace to get there. So they're at work, they kind of set those goals for me, but they give me top 2, priorities. And they're like, we want you to be at this point by this date, So I'm like, okay, that's cool. I make a personal vision board, and I'm like, I want to pay off my thousands of dollars of credit card debt. And it's nice to say that, but I'm like, how am I going to get there? So, having 2 or 3 tasks to focus on for 12 weeks. And I like that squish it down into like 12 weeks because like it says, you can keep the momentum going. And then I like when it says at the end of each 12-week period, you get to like review what you did and then celebrate, and then you can like start fresh again. So it's like if you didn't get where you wanted to go, like evaluate why. And if you did awesome, then you can be like, yay me, and then you can like build on that momentum. So
I was super pumped about the celebration thing.
Yeah.
I think what we should do is when this is over, we should do like maybe quarterly check-ins. And like maybe the first half of that week, we all log online, maybe with like our favorite beverage or whatever, and just or like our favorite snack, and just kind of celebrate with each other and tell each other what worked. And then maybe at the end of that week, we do another Zoom where we strategize again. We get 3 more goals, and, then we log off of that call and then develop our tactics later. I thought that would kind of be cool in a way to like keep us up to date and just kind of see if this 12-week year thing is working and how it's working and, how we're doing with it all. So, all right. So let's move on. Marcy, you're up.
Okay. I had to unmute myself. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I agree with Allison. I'm one of those people, I make like 50 different things that I need to do, and then I'm totally down on myself whenever I'm not getting all 50 plus more stuff to do.
Volcano.
As you guys know, I have 3 kids, and I have a part-time job. So I have a lot on my plate. So the idea of having just 3 things to work on for me is really, really, really good. Like, I think maybe, I don't know, I'm one of those people that I want to do everything. So like I'll put a little bit of myself into everything, and then I'm not really getting anything out of all those things that I'm trying to do. So I think, sorry. So I think the idea of being able to focus just on those 3 things and put my whole self into those 3 things, I'll be able to accomplish more because I'm not stretching myself too far out.
Mom, you never did a conference call when it was daytime.
I know. They're usually at night. So, I mean, that's really, I really like the book. I actually have always tried to read. I used to be someone that read all the time, but by the time I get the time to read at night, I'm falling asleep and I can't really. So I had like an appointment this week, and normally I would play on my phone and, look on Facebook, but I took the book with me and I was actually reading the book sitting in the waiting room, and I got like the entire chapter plus some done. Like, I don't know. It's silly, but you don't realize how much time you waste playing on your phone and doing those things whenever, like, what are we really getting out of it? Nothing.
Yeah, I loved how short the chapters were.
Yeah.
I love to read. So I can sit down and read personal development for hours, or any book for hours. I'm a huge bookworm. But I was also like, this is perfect for the people coming into this group that like one of their main problems is consistency with personal development. Because I'm like, I'm asking you for 4 pages a day. Give me 4 pages a day and interact in the group. And then, you can move on from there. So I really love that. And Marcy, I mean, like you and Allison have a lot of the same kind of things going on with being stretched too thin. So, if you guys ever want to bounce ideas off each other and be like, hey, I figured out how this could work, so we're not stretched too thin, feel free. Like, you guys, if you find anybody in the group, like I said, I think I put this in a post the other day, but if you find anybody in the group that has similar issues that you're having, or maybe you find someone in the group that has a strength where you have a weakness, by all means, like, pair up and tell yourself, like, how can we do this? And then post in the group. If you guys are talking, post in the group, like, oh, I talked to Allison today and we figured out this, and we just wanted to share in case it helps anybody else. That's what the group's here for. So I'm getting a notification that we have about 7 minutes and 20 seconds left. So if you go over, I'm just going to kick up a new Zoom and I'll just post it back in the group if you guys want to log on. But let's see here. Jackie, you're up. I see you getting your Saturday started down there.
I lost the tooth.
Sweet!
Hello, I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear me with my sore throat.
You're good.
And I'm getting new flooring in my house, so that's why I'm outside. I haven't had flooring for years, so this is like huge for us. I love the book. I'm breaking it down to small pieces. I'm one that adds everything together when I need to get done, puts it on a big, like my to-do list every day is, 20 things that I try to get done, and then irritated when I don't get them done. The things for me, my overall struggle is really just taking the time to do it for me, because I put getting the kids' stuff done first, getting my husband's stuff done first. I take care of my grandma part-time, so I make sure I'm there for that, putting my family first, and then at the end of the day, it's, I got to do my stuff, and I try to squeeze it in instead of allotting time for me. Like reading my book, taking that. I love to read. I don't necessarily read personal development. I like my romances, but I love Audible. I fell in love listening to it on my way to my grandma's, which is a 45-minute drive to and back. So I've got to read a lot of books that I would not have picked up before. Beachbody. But yes, taking that time out of my schedule to do stuff for me that I need to get done, my workout, my personal development. That's my struggle. But breaking it down into little pieces that I can manage throughout the day is definitely a good thing.
Yeah, I'm really excited to start working on the tactics this week. I'm probably going to do that after we get off the call, actually, and taking my 3 goals and breaking them down into tactics and figuring out what I have to do each week to get there, because all I keep thinking, because I'm like you guys, like I make these long, outrageous to-do lists, and then things don't happen. I sit here and wonder why, and I sit here and wonder why I'm exhausted, or why some days I can't go into my Beachbody activities with my full heart because my mind is mush. So I just keep thinking like, wow, at the end of 12 weeks, like, even if I just accomplish these 3 goals, like, how good is that going to feel to be like, I did it. And then it's just going to like propel you to be like, okay, next 12 weeks, what am I going to do? Or even just every week, just like making the goals to propel me forward. And like, as I'm checking them off, because like we're all saying, like, it's taking something grand and turning it into something so small and manageable that I feel like each week I'm like, all right, I did it. I can do something else now, So I hope you guys are all getting as geeked out and as excited as I am about everything, because I just look at this and I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. So
I know.
Go ahead.
For myself, I also do. I have all these dreams and all these goals. So what I did whenever we had to narrow it down for our 12 weeks is I went ahead and wrote everything down. And then I looked at it and I said, okay, this is manageable. Or if it was a bigger one, I broke that one down. And then said, okay, these are the 3 or 4 that I want to accomplish first. And then I put those as the goal for this first 12 weeks.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. That's kind of what I did too, is I was just like, all right, so what do I want in the next year? Like, if all the stars aligned, what do I really want, or what do I want to focus on? And I also kept in mind the fact that, like, I also have a full-time job, and it usually takes up about 50 hours a week, if not more, depending on like what I have going on at my job that time. So I got very realistic because, like, if you guys follow me on Facebook, I know you see that I did a video on seasonal depression, so that's kind of hard to get through. Or like, I'm also a perfectionist, especially at my full-time job. So I can dedicate a lot of time to that, and I allow it to get to me and everything like that. So for my own health, and so I continue to help, so I can continue to be my best self for others, I had to really look at my goals and be like, what's going to stretch you to the point of being uncomfortable, but not to the point that you basically like die or you get sick or you're more stressed out. So I think the way it's breaking it down, yeah, I'm just so excited to see where it goes. So before we wrap up, does anybody have any closing comments, remarks, words of encouragement, or anything of that nature?
I just wanted to say thank you, Nicole, for coming up with the idea
Wow.
to do this. Because I don't know why. It seems so simple and so like manageable. Even like you said, reading just the one chapter a day. It's taking something that's crucial and great and we're getting so much out of, and you even just by doing one chapter a day made it that much more manageable. And I just wanted to say
to go to kindergarten.
I just wanted to say thank you for doing
You're
this.
welcome. I love doing these groups, so it's no problem.
Dude, gone.
You look like a jack-o'-lantern.
He's excited that he got to talk. So
All right, guys. Well, I'm getting the big red button that says we're going to boot you off. So thank you guys for logging on, and we'll do this next week too.
Bye.
Guys, happy Saturday.